me Isa, kes sa oled taevas, pühitsetud olgu sinu nimi, sinu kuningriik tulgu, sinu taevani sündigu, nagu taevas lõõnaga peab.
meie olevas leib anname täna päev ja anname meile meid andeks
ära saada meid kiusatusse, vaid päästa meid ära kurjast. Olete piiratud Maarja, esamu Isaagu sinuga, õnnistatud oled sa naiste seas, õnnistatud on sinu iluliivi Jeesus.
Püha Maarja, palume hoidmist Jeesust teie, süüdame süüd ja meie olematud nii. Aamen.
Isa ja Poja ja Püha nimel.
Aamen. Aga mul on tüüpne.
Where's our translator? Do you want to translate?
Try. If the boys wouldn't understand.
Yes. So, kuvatud. Kes on inimene? It was an easy kuvatud. He had so much time. So, Oscar, right?
Inimene on mõistuslik loodud olend ja ta on tehtud hingest ja kehast.
Yep, right. Very good. That was it. That was it, yeah.
Right.
Good. You want to say it too?
Inimene on mõistuslikult loodud olend, kes koosneb hingest ja kehast.
Yo. Very good. That was literally, right? That was literal. Good. So, second question. I expect the girls to know the first answer. Okay. Kas inimene on oma tegutsemises vaba?
Jah, inimene on oma tegutsemises vaba ning igaüks tunneb sisimas, et võib mingit asja teha või ka tegemata jätta või teha pigem ühte asja või teist.
Literally. Now your turn.
Jah, inimene on oma tegudes vaba ning ta tunneb sisimas, et võib teha nii üht või teist asja või teist asja või üht asja, pigem üht või teist asja.
Was that right? Because there was different words.
Yeah, we worded it.
In different words.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So today we continue with our class that apparently was very interesting for you last time. So we continue with that today. It's still about man, humans. And so we saw that Adam and Eve, they committed sin, right? And we saw what they lost. Can you just translate? Loud voice, because they have to hear it online. Loud voice. Maybe you want to sit. Do you want to sit behind them? You can go too if you want.
Can you repeat it?
So speak with a loud voice that they can hear it online. Okay? So Adam and Eve committed the sin and lost all the grace. They lost the grace.
Adam ja Eeva tegid pattu ning kaotasid kõik.
Yeah, right. So do you remember what were the 4 gifts that they lost? First translate.
Kas te mäletate, mis olid need 4 kingitust, mida nad kaotasid?
So do you remember any of them? Can you remember what were the special, sanctifying grace that lost the most important? Yes. But there were 4 gifts, special gifts that they had received from God that they lost. Do you remember?
Immortality.
Yes. Very good. Immortality is one. They did not have to die before the sin. There was no death. So this is immortality, right? Say maybe in Estonian, the word immortality.
Esimene asi, mis nad kaotasid, oli see, et nad ei pidanud kunagi surema.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you know another one? Another one. Another one of the 4? They were a little different.
I know what it is, but I don't know how to say it.
Okay, but do you know how to say it in Estonian?
Nad ei saanud haige. They didn't get hurt.
Excuse me?
They didn't get hurt.
Yes, they were immune. It's called immunity from all pain and even sorrow. There was no sadness in their lives. Not a little bit.
Do you want me to translate?
You can translate.
ja teine asi, mis nad kaotasid, oli see, et nad ei pidanud kunagi valu tundma ja nad ei pidanud ka kunagi kurbust tundma.
Nad kaotasid selle ära, kui õigne paremas ja teeb selle, milles on maailma nii.
And the third, doesn't anybody remember another one? These are not so easy, huh? See on lihtne. Okay, so I'll tell you, another one is called integrity. And that means perfect order inside. The
So you
mind.
know what everything is.
What?
So you know what everything is.
That is, no, that's something else. That is the knowledge, infused knowledge, I will say. But integrity means, okay, we are not always so integer, right? Because sometimes we want things that are a sin, sometimes. You know, like not doing our homework, or staying up late, or taking sweets when I'm not supposed to. So there is not integrity, but Adam and Eve had perfect integrity. So their desires,
Perfect order.
what?
Perfect order.
Perfect inner order, yes. So their inside, the desires were completely obeying their reason. There was no temptation inside, like eat this or do this forbidden thing. Inside there was no temptation. Maybe you can translate a little bit, maybe not all, but the most important.
Kolmas asi, mis nad kaotasid, oli see, et ennem oli nende sees olnud perfektne kord ja neil ei olnud kiusatusi.
Yeah. And now this is not written in the catechism, you don't have to learn it at home, but this had an effect to the outside. It means that Adam could command all the animals, and they would obey him. I can say this.
Sellega kaasnes ka see, et Adam võis käsutada ükskõik millist looma ning ta kuuletus.
Yeah, because of his inner order, it was perfect. This had an effect on the outside world. That means the animals would perfectly obey his command. Yeah, so there was no danger. You could take a walk in the forest. There would be big bears and tigers and lions, and there was no problem. You could just say, "Come here, sit down, let me stroke you, go away," and they would obey. That was a gift of God to Adam before the sin. Yeah. Have you understood? Understood?
Kas te saite aru?
Jaa, yes.
All right, and another one. Hey, no jokes, not now. You can tell a joke later. Not now. And the last one was what you said, it's knowledge, right? Knowledge, infused knowledge. That God gave them knowledge of all things without, they didn't have to study or ask. It was infused, given. A given knowledge of all things. Okay?
Ja neljas ja viimane asi, mis nad kaotasid, oli see, et ennem nad teadsid, mis kõik on ilma õppimata ning küsimata. See oli neile kohe algusest peale antud.
Yes. So, no schools necessary, no homework necessary, no studying necessary. We lost all that. You have to do all those things because of the sin of Adam and Eve. I'm sorry, but now it's very necessary that we do this, or else we will stay very stupid if we don't do this, right? Okay, now let's continue. I think we stopped here last time. We continue. So, the nature of Adam's sin was actually pride and very serious disobedience. He was proud, he thought he knew it better than God, and Eve too, and they did not want to obey God. That was essentially their sin.
Ja tegelikult oli selle patu põhjus see, et nad olid väga uhked ning nad ei tahtnud Jumalale kuuletuda, arvates, et nad teavad Jumalast asju paremini.
So this was essentially it. Okay? So whenever we are proud or don't obey, then we commit a similar sin to Adam and Eve's sin.
Kui me oleme uhked, siis me võime teha samasugust pattu nagu Aadam ja Eeva.
Yeah. So it's a serious sin actually. So it's a dangerous thing to disobey. What was the punishment of God for this? Well, we saw some already. We saw some. Maybe you want to say?
Nad tulid seal paradiisist välja. He kicked them out of paradise.
He kicked them out of paradise. They lost the grace. That was the first punishment, the most serious punishment. They lost grace and the right to heaven. The right to heaven.
And 4 gifts. Yes.
And they were driven away from paradise.
Yes, they were driven away from paradise.
That was the second thing. And also, a lot of sorrows and troubles came into their lives from that day on.
Pärast seda päeva tuli nende elusse palju asju, näiteks nagu kurbus ja valud. Tähendab, nad ei ole tegelikult nagu tunda saanud.
And they had to die.
Ja nad pidid surema.
Miks nad, mina küll seda teavad, surema pidid?
No me kõik oleme surema.
Ikka see.
And if they had not committed that sin, they wouldn't have had to die. We've talked about this. So if they had not sinned, they would have lived on for a very long time, happily, a happy life, and a tranquil life on earth. And then at some time, maybe after a couple of thousands of years, maybe, we do not know, maybe earlier, we don't know, God would have simply transferred them to heaven without death. That was his plan. That's what he wanted, actually. Can you translate a little bit of that?
Ja algne Jumala plaan oli siis, et kui nad ei oleks pattu teinud, siis nad oleks elanud paar tuhat aastat ja siis läinud otse taevasse lihtsalt.
1000 aastat?
No, või surma ei tule ja vanadust ei tule.
Yeah, we don't know how long. We don't know how long. Maybe faster, maybe not. We don't know. But it would have been a life in paradise. A happy life without sorrows. So, did God have the duty to give them that? Did he owe them that? Did God owe to Adam and Eve those gifts? Or even heaven? Was he obliged to give them all those gifts? What do you think? Or can you first translate?
Kas Jumal oli vaja neile neid kingitusi anda või kas oli tema kohus?
Or was it completely free gift, without obligation, just goodwill and love?
Just goodwill and love.
We can translate the question?
Et kas see oli lihtsalt, et Jumal oli hea ning tahtis neile anda neid kingitusi või ta pidi?
What do you think? Oskar, what do you think?
Ta ei pidanud seda tegema, ta ei pidanud neile kingitusi kandma, mida seda ei tahtnud, aga ta oli hea inimene ja ta andis neile kõik, aga nad rikkusid selle kõik ise ära.
He gave them everything but they pushed it away.
Yeah.
Ta ei ole hea inimene.
Yeah, they pushed it away, and he did not have to give it. It was a gift. You know, a gift means it is not owed. God didn't have to give it to them. He could have retained it, kept it for himself. He would not have committed a sin. You know, these beautiful gifts, grace and immortality, these were gifts, undeserved by men, by humans. It was a loving gift of God, and they pushed it away.
Ja Jumal tegelikult ei pidanud neile neid kingitusi andma, aga ta andis need kingitused, need imelised kingitused neile, aga nad lükkasid selle kõik ära.
Right. So did only, is this a vacuum cleaner or what is it called?
See is cleaner.
A cleaner? Are you certain? Because it's very loud.
Vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum, why are the vacuum cleaning? It's very loud, I'll be back in a second.
Kes see on? Mida toimub? Kes see seal on? Kes? keegi mingi auto sõidab sisse, aga see on tema metsa.
So, another question. I think we already talked about this too, but did this sin stay with Adam alone, or did other people contract it too?
Kas see patt jäi ainult Aadamile või kõik inimesed võtsid selle enda kanda?
What do you think, Hans? Right? Hans or Hans?
Mis see küsimus oli?
What was the question?
Oh, you didn't listen. Okay. The question, can you repeat it again? Can you?
Yeah. What was the question? Can you tell me the question
Yeah, of
again?
course. The question is, did this sin stay with Adam alone, or did it affect in any way other humans too?
Kas see patt jäi ainult Aadamile või see kandus edasi kõikidele inimestele?
It's your turn. You know? Do you have an idea?
No.
What's he saying?
He says that his nerves are through and he doesn't know what to do. He
He's
doesn't know
nervous.
the answer. His nerves are keeping up and he is.
He's nervous.
Yes. He's nervous and he does not know the answer right now.
Okay. So what do you think? What does his brother think, maybe? What do you think, Oscar?
Mida ta ütleski?
No, I'm not repeating it. I've already done it. So, Patrizia, what do you think?
The second.
The second?
Yes. The second one was killing it all of everybody.
Yeah. That's what happened. Because he sinned, Adam sinned as the head and source of the human race. Not just as an individual, but he sinned when he sinned, it was the human nature that sinned.
Ja kui Aadam patustas, siis patustas kogu inimkond koos temaga, kuna ta oli kõikide isa.
Mille pärast siis teised pidid kandma?
Sellepärast, et tema oli enda kanda võtnud kogu inimkonna ja ta rikkus kõik ära. Ta rikkus kõik ära, kui ta patustas. Jah, sellepärast meie peamegi surema, kui ta oleks patustanud, siis meie peaks ka surema.
Aga miks ta, kuidas minu meelest see ei ole väga loogiline, et kui mille pärast, et nemad tegid pattu, tähendab, et miks Jumal tahtis nõuda teha, kui keegi teeb pattu, siis
Why did God choose to give everybody? He was asking, why did God choose to give everybody the sin instead of just like giving it to Adam?
Yeah, and that's the answer. We're talking about exactly this question. It's a good question, and the answer is that when Adam sinned, it wasn't only he alone who sinned. Can you please listen so we can translate? It wasn't only him alone who sinned, but because he was the father of all humans and the source of the human race. That is why when he sinned, all humanity committed that sin.
No kuna Adam oli kõikide isa, siis koos temaga pidi kogu inimkond patustama, kuna ta oli kogu selle nagu algus, kogu inimkonna algus.
Aga kui tema teeb pattu, siis ei ole ju, miks siis teised ka teeb, ükskõik kas on nende isa või midagi,
Sest ta oli kogu inimkonna allikas. See oli tema, ta oli kõikide nagu läbi tema tuli. Jah, läbi tema tuli inimene, tema oli see esimene inimene. Kuna läbi tema patustasid siis kõik inimesed, kuna tema ju tekitab inimesed. Tema ju saab Aadama Eevaga koos lapsed avaldust ja siis sellest sünnib ju uuesti.
Ja praegu on mingi miljard terve maailma täis. Ja sellepärast kõik need patustavadki, kuna see Aadam oli nagu kuidas öelda, kõikide
allikas.
Nagu isa ja see allikas.
It was just like answering the question.
Okay, so you understood it? You understood it?
Yes, he understood.
So that's why, so Adam, as father of all humans, passed on this human nature to everybody else. And the sin was contained in that nature.
Ja sellepärast, et ta oli kõikide isa, ta andis kõigile selle patu nüüd ja tema pärast siis peame meie surema ja kõiki neid valusid kantama ja kõike muud.
That's why we have it when we are born to. And we have to be cleaned by it, was washed away in our baptism. We'll talk about that later. So this means everybody is born with that sin, but there is one exception. One person was not born with, actually two persons. Two were not born with that sin.
Mary and Jesus. Mary and Jesus.
I didn't take you. It's not your turn. What does Oscar think about this? Can you ask the translator?
Nii, et kaks inimest sündisid ilma päris patutest. Kes need on?
Meelo.
Ei! Kes sündis? Kes sündis? Jumal on üliada meile, kes sündis. Kes sündis?
Jumala poeg.
Jaa, üks. Teine?
Isa saada praegu.
Ei, nad ei ole kunagi sündinud. Nad on alati olemas, nad on alati olemas, nad on Jumal. See, kes sündis, keegi sündis. Kes sündis, keegi väike lapsukene. Jah, üks on Jeesus ja teine? Ma olen vihje, see on Püha. Miikael! Ei, Miikael.
So, what do you think, Maria? Who is
I
it?
think it's Mary and Jesus because Mary could be the mother of God only without sin.
Neitsi Maarja.
You just said Herodes. Neitsi Maarja. He just said Herodes. Neitsi Maarja.
I don't understand anything.
He just
about
said Herodes, the king who wanted to kill Jesus, was born without sin.
who was born with
Neitsi
this.
Maarja.
Harold.
Said that, yeah,
Well,
was born without sin.
Üks on Jeesus ja kes teine?
Neitsi Maarja.
okay, we're not making jokes in the church. We can talk about these things, but you can make jokes later, okay? Not now. So it was only Christ and his mother. They were born without sin. Christ because he is the Son of God, and Mary because she is the mother of God.
Ja ainult kaks inimest siis sündisid ilma päris patuta. Jeesus, kuna ta on Jumala laps, ja Maarja, kes on Jumala ema.
And it was so bad that nobody could be saved if God had not shown mercy towards men.
Ja see oli nii hull, et mitte keegi ei oleks olnud päästetud, kui ainult Jumal ei oleks oma alastust näidanud.
Aga see on ju minu meelest, see väga ei sobi kokku ka see, et on ju Jeesus isa poeg ja Püha vaim on ju üks ja sama isik ja kuidas ta saab uuesti sündida?
Jumal on kõikvõimas ja saab kõike ju teha.
Aga miks ta siis ilma
Ei, meil on lihtsalt ajud ei võtata lihtsalt. Samuti ei tea ka, mis on lõpmatu.
Is the question answered?
Yes, he didn't understand how can they all be one, the Holy Ghost and the Son and God.
That's not the
Father.
question now. That's not the question. Right. This is about Trinity. It's a good question, but we won't discuss this right now. So what was the mercy of God to save everybody? This should be an easier question. What was the mercy? I just said, if God had not shown us mercy, then we'd have no chance. We'd have no chance to be saved.
Ja mis oli siis see Jumala alast? Kuidas ta kavatses inimkonda päästa?
sellega
Where if you do this, Alicia.
He sent her son to save us.
Yes, he sent his son to save us. That was the mercy. He sent the Redeemer. And he redeemed us from sin and the slavery of the devil, actually.
Ja selle kaudu, et Jumal saatis oma poja maa peale, ta päästis meid patust ja orjusest.
Because without that, our existence would have been hopeless.
Sest ilma selleta oleks meie kogu elamine täiesti lootusetu. Seal ei oleks mingit mõtet. kui Jumalat ei oleks olnud, kui Jumalat
seda pidi oleks ka toimunud.
So what is the name of the Messiah? That is a question for first graders. What's the name of the Messiah?
Mis on päästja nimi? Mis selle nimi? Jeesus.
Jesus Christ. That's the name of the Messiah, the Son of God. Very good. I think we'll not make it so long today. We'll stop here, and next time we will speak about Christ, about the Messiah. Okay. So this time you have a homework. You have 2 questions, quite easy questions, and it is possible that the first question is not good Estonian. It's possible because I haven't used the computer translating it. The second question has been translated by an Estonian person, so it's good. But the first is maybe not good Estonian. Can you please check?
It's fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so the right word for state is used.
State.
In what state did God... Hold on. The question
Yes, that's right.
In what state did God place our first parents?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
Seisundis, state.
What is it?
Seisundis.
Seisundis, okay. So, this is your homework. And I've also sent this homework to your parents, so... Oh, you have one? So you have... Okay, good. I just need it. So you have 2 weeks, again, 2 weeks for this. It's very easy. My homeworks are usually very easy, okay? So
Meil on 2 nädalat.
Are there any more questions concerning mankind and nature and original sin and these things? Do you have more questions?
Mul on tegelikult see küsimus, et ma tean küll, et see Neitsi Maarja on, vaata see, Neitsi Maarja on ka inimene. Ja ta on selle, Jumala selle poeg, Jumala ema.
And she is the mother of
aga miks tema siis patistanud ka ja miks tema siis oli täiesti ilma patuta ja tema
But then why was she, if she was human, then why was she also without sin and everything?
She will have to be without sin. You actually gave the answer.
Ja ta pidi olema ju patuta, et sünnitada Jumalat. Ta ei saanud olla mingi gängster ja mõrvar, et sünnitada Jumala poega. Ja ta pidi olema täiesti puhas. Jah?
Aga ta saab ju, aga meie, mina olen ka ju see ema, et tema ju sündab ka, et ta ikka...
Aga mitte Jumal, te ei ole ju Jumal. Ta sünnitas konkreetselt ühe osa Jumalast, ühe osa Püha kolmainsusest ja ta pidi olema selleks puhas. Sinu ema ei ole Jumala ema, sina ei ole.
Sain.
He understood that.
Okay, so you probably said most importantly that because she was about to give birth to God's son, so she had to be absolutely pure.
And then he asked, why can't my mother gives birth and why isn't she clean?
Because you're not the son of God. It's very simple. Right, we pray. We sing the Lord. Isa, Poja, Püha, Himmel, Amen. Gloria.
Spiritus
Adiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini, qui
benedicere.
benedictio Dei omnipotens. Pater et Filii et Spiritus Sancti descendat super vos, et semper.